I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine.
Welcome back to the Credit Gal Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm your host, Darbe Nokes, and we are speaking with Fred Arnold, mortgage professional. I cannot speak today. I'm having way too much fun in here with you, Fred. But you know, this is one of the most important things, and I know that a lot of people are listening, and they're like, what is the process in buying a house? I mean, what is the simple? I know there's a step-by-step process, and you're the man to tell us what it is.
Well, the first thing I do is if you've purchased a home before and you've had a great relationship with a real estate agent, call that agent and just say, I'm thinking about buying or listing my house for sale.
Okay.
Interviewing them or interviewing 3 or 4 if you wanted to do that. But you want to get recommendations of someone that you trust.
Okay.
So have you used this individual before?
Yeah.
You also want to call a mortgage professional. It's almost like you call them at the same time. Look, I'm getting pre-approved and I want to interview some agents at the same time.
Okay.
Agents is absolutely critical. Someone that you're comfortable with, someone that you can ask questions to, someone that's been referred to you because there's an accountability factor.
Sure.
And the same with the mortgage professional. Go see your mortgage professional right away and give them everything they ask for so they can get you pre-approved, not pre-qualified.
Okay.
Loans, tell them you want to get the loan completely approved so there's no loan contingency on the offer.
Okay.
Then you meet with your realtor and you're either listing your house for sale to buy another one or you're buying one and you're currently renting or living somewhere else. And then you're making an offer.
Okay.
On the offer, have it be the strongest offer you possibly can with credit scores. Show your credit scores.
Yeah.
Show that you have the down payment. Show that the loan contingency is not an issue.
Okay.
Come in strong.
All right.
Come in strong with what you believe is what you want to offer, what you're comfortable with. Now, if you lowball nowadays, there's so many offers that a lot of times they're not going to take it.
Okay.
So make sure you understand the neighborhood.
Sure.
Understand other comps in the area, and your real estate agent should be able to do that.
Absolutely.
Should be able to say, you know, I was in that house before it sold 6 months ago because a lot of these realtors preview homes. So make sure the realtor knows the neighborhood really well.
Knows the neighborhood really well, and that you really trust them, like you said. And also, you know, a lot of people, I've had my real estate agent who's one of my best friends now. I bought and sold 3 different properties, and obviously there's no other person that I would, because every transaction went well. You know, they make money, we make money. You know, the buyers are happy, sellers are happy. But also, one thing that I want to ask you is, what if you're in this emotional situation where you've had a real estate transaction in the past and you had a realtor, but it didn't go well for you? I mean, are you attached to that person because you have sold or bought a house with them before? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, not at all. You can interview whoever you like, and maybe they were inexperienced, maybe they've changed. I would interview that individual along with others. Okay. Because you now have a baseline.
Okay.
Okay, and now you want to perform above the baseline.
But you're not tied to that person.
You're not tied at all.
Okay.
And so they make you make an offer.
Okay.
It gets accepted from the seller, and then the real fun begins.
Okay.
You're going to need to get updated information to your mortgage professional, unless he approved you a week earlier, right? Escrow is open in California, in Southern California especially, where escrow, there's a third party that brings all the paperwork together.
Okay.
So they're going to send you some paperwork you got to fill out and sign.
Okay.
They're going to send you something called a statement of information. It has all the information about you. You need to fill that out and return it. You need to return what's called the escrow instructions. Then you do your inspections.
Yes.
You inspect the home, make sure if there's septic, get a septic inspection. I always call it the Uncle Jack. Bring the Uncle Jack with you who's going to look at the house differently. Bring a home inspector with you that's inspected the area. Yep, third party verification. Right. And then there's still room to negotiate if you want something repaired that you didn't notice. You can always ask for repairs.
But you don't. Is your expert advice, though, on the inspection, speaking of inspections, you know, there's so many different types of inspections, and that's a whole other show. But what are the inspections that when we're speaking of this process, what are the inspections that your advice?
Termite. And home inspection. Those two. Termite, absolutely critical. Don't waive the termite, in my opinion, because there could be tens of thousands of dollars in damage, and then a home inspection.
And a home
those two are critical.
And a home inspection. Okay.
So you're now approved. You get approved right away. Loan docs are drawn. After you're approved, loan docs go to escrow, or they go to the attorney if it's an attorney state, or they go to title.
Okay.
You go in. That's when you bring your money in for the down payment.
Okay.
Is towards the end, usually 2 or 3, 4 days before you close, and it's usually wired in.
It usually is.
Yeah, normally you don't write a private check, right?
You don't do that
Is
anymore?
No, you
I'm
don't.
aging myself.
Yeah.
I didn't write a check.
And I know we fast forward through
Right.
this, but really, it's
That's
not
awesome.
that complicated. Now, there's a lot of steps that can derail your transaction.
Sure.
A couple of ideas. Don't go quit your job and we always joke about it, and become a ninja.
Become a ninja.
Yeah. We love aerobic instructors, but if that's your profession, great. But don't quit your job and become that if your income's going to drop, right?
Right.
So you really have to really think about what you're doing. In addition to, you don't want to make any big purchases during the transaction. That can derail it. Tell your loan officer everything. It's important that communication is critical. So you can have a successful close and get your keys.
Well, you know what? You have given us today a priffle of information on real estate, credit, identity, everything that touches, obviously, your world, and a lot of it that touches mine as well. I feel very humbled and grateful to have you today
Thank
as
you.
my guest,
Thank you,
Fred
Darbe.
Arnold, with American Family Funding and all your wonderful success. And I hope to have you on the show again soon.
I'd love to be back. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Take care.
You got it.
Okay.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.